Hi, I'm Shane Chapman from the Ultimate Deck Shop, and on today's episode of Deck Shop Shorts, we're talking about stair gauges. Now, if cutting stair stringers is part of your daily job, you've probably picked yourself up a pair of these stair gauges, or buttons, or jigs, whatever you might want to call them. They're a great tool for ensuring an accurate layout. You attach them to your framing square, and they make sure that your rise and run on your stairs is very consistent. The problem with them, though, is that the material that they provide you on the bottom of the jig that's supposed to ride along the side of the board is very minimal, and so if there's any imperfections in the board, these little jigs will cause your framing square to bounce and dip along the way, resulting in an inaccurate layout. I'll show you a demonstration of how that works and why that's not good here on a piece of board that has a little bit of waning on it. And this is a very common imperfection in lumber, but there may be other imperfections that, chunks of the board missing or something that would also affect this. But you can see if you watch this jig here, how it doesn't ride the edge of the board, it bounces in and out of the imperfections in the lumber there. So all that waning is causing the framing square to bounce around, and that's going to result in an inaccurate layout. Very inaccurate in the case of this. Thankfully, there's a product out there now called Squi.Jig. And these beautiful blue little babies right here come in an 1.25 inch or a 3-inch size. And so choose your preference. The 1.25 inch is probably a more common size for people to work with, but if you do metalwork or other types of large lumber situations, you might want to look at the 3-inch as well. The cost is the same. But essentially these guys attach. They look beautiful on your belt. They attach your framing square in the same way, but they've got a longer bottom piece to it that rides the lumber below the imperfections. And so if we show the same piece of lumber, you can see that these jigs ride the lumber smoothly below the imperfections, providing an accurate layout and not dipping and bouncing around like the other jigs did across that waning. So those are a simple but ingenious little solution to a very common issue, and an improvement to a tool that every carpenter should have in his bag if you ever cut stair stringers at all. Check out Squi.Jig. We have them available at ultimatedeckshop.com, or shoot us a message on social media and we can answer any questions you might have about them. This has been Deck Shop Shorts. Thanks for tuning in.
Baby, I got another trick up my sleeve.